Welcome to the Christian Success Show, the show that helps you achieve more success in every area of your life. I'm your host, Wes Young. Thank you for joining me today. The Christian Success Show is brought to you by Christian-Success.com. Visit Christian-Success.com to join the community and check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve big success in specific areas of your life. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-Success.com/coach. Now, let's get started with today's show. Today's show is fail as fast as you can. Sometimes when you're trying to achieve success in an area of your life, you struggle and you seem to fail at a lot of things that you do or a lot of things you try, because usually the path to success is not a straight path. No matter how much you study and plan and lay things out, there are things that don't work out like you expect, or they don't work as well as you expect. And sometimes you simply fail in different areas. But the thing about the path to success is failing is not always a bad thing. And I'm going to talk about that more during this show because that's a very important point. But before we get there, I want to talk more about failing as fast as you can. The reason why it's important to fail as fast as you can, it doesn't mean you're trying to fail. What it means is you're finding out what's not working as fast as possible. And this is a tremendous help on your path to success. This strategy comes from the advertising and copywriting industry, but it's also a really good strategy when you're trying to work for more success and in business. Basically, in advertising and copywriting, they try a lot of different things. For example, they'll run an ad with one headline and then they'll test it against basically the same ad with a different headline, or maybe in their copy they'll change the benefits or the bullet points or the close or something like that, and they change things and test them one thing at a time, and basically they try to fail as fast as they can so they can eliminate all the things that aren't working, and they can build the ads and the copy that's going to convert the best. And the best copywriters and businesses that use ads and copywriting, they consistently test variables and are always trying to improve. And when they have one that's working well, they make that what they call the control. And then they're always testing to try to improve the control or replace the control with something better. And it's all a learning process, and it's kind of step by step, because they have to test one thing at a time. Because if they test two or three or more things at a time, when the ad gets better or worse, they can't pinpoint why the ad or the copy got better or worse. So that's why it's important that they do one thing at a time. And you can use this same process and same thought process when you're trying to get from where you are to the success you want. If you've listened to some of my other shows, you probably know that I teach a goal, plan, action system. You set a goal, you study, and you figure out a plan to get from where you are now to reach your goal, and then you take action. Pretty simple system, and it's a great system to help you achieve more success. If you haven't listened to the show that I did on the success goal system, you should definitely listen to it, because it goes into this in a much more deeper way. But basically, some of the steps are: you set your goal, you do a plan, you take action. How fail as fast as you can comes into play here is if something isn't working. Maybe you haven't set the right goal. Maybe you need to adjust your goal, or maybe there's a step or steps in your plan that isn't working. The faster you can find out what's not working, the faster you can fail and identify what the problem is, the faster you can adjust and correct it. And that's what I mean when I say fail as fast as you can. In a previous show, I talked about the power of massive action and taking 5 or 10 steps of action at one time, and that kind of feeds into this fail as fast as you can, because if you do 10 things and you find out 3 of them don't work, you can discard those, but you can put more effort and action into the 7 steps that do work. So when you use the power of massive action, you're using the fail as fast as you can system. If you never fail at anything, you probably need to shoot higher. If you're reaching every single goal that you set, then you probably need to think about setting bigger goals. Stretch yourself a little bit. Because if you never fail, then you're probably playing it too safe. And here's something that's very, very important. This is possibly the most important thing you can get out of this show. There's nothing wrong with failing. Often we're taught that if we fail, that we're not worthy, or we've made a mistake, and we can get down on ourselves and we can beat ourselves up when we fail at something. But there's nothing wrong with failing. And it's important also to understand that every time you fail, you can use that to learn something. You can learn from your failure. And that's back to the goal, plan, action in the system I talk about achieving success is. And it's easy to say try something, but in one of my other shows, I explained why there is no try, so I'm going to use do. You do something. If you fail, you learn from it, and you adjust, and you don't try again, you do again. That fits right into the goal, plan, action system. Because the final step in my success goal system is adjust. You evaluate your results and you make adjustments. And that's why failing as fast as you can is so important. You do something. If it works, great. If it doesn't, if it fails, you learn from it. You figure out why it failed. What do you need to do to change it? You learn from it. You make an adjustment. And then you do again. You immediately take action again. Once again, this is so important. I want to stress it again. There's nothing wrong with failing. Don't get down on yourself when things don't work out like you wanted. Don't get down or depressed when things fail. Learn from it. Use everything that doesn't work. Don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as a learning opportunity. The old story about Edison creating the light bulb. He tried 1,000 different things and he didn't fail 1,000 times. He learned 1,000 ways not to make the light bulb, and eventually he did. Now, most of us don't have to try 1,000 times at anything we do. Often we can have one thing that doesn't work out. We can learn from it, we can correct it, and we can move on. But even if we have 3 or 4 or 5 things in a row that don't work out, if you're continuously learning from everything that doesn't work out, then you can keep improving. So instead of failing, you're learning. We should probably work on eliminating failure and failing from our vocabulary and replacing it with learning, because learning is an important part in achieving success in any area. Here's some more examples of where failing as fast as you can is valuable and works in the real world. Think of a door-to-door salesman that's going door-to-door. We don't have as many of them as there were when I was growing up, but there used to be vacuum cleaners, salesmen, and fire alarm salesmen, insurance salesmen, people like that went door-to-door. And the best ones learned that most of their customers were going to say no. So they needed to see so many customers to get a sale or to get a yes. So the best ones would learn that to get through the no's as fast as possible, they would fail as fast as they could, because they knew if they got enough no's, if they got enough if they failed enough times, they would get to the person that said yes and bought. Phone sales is pretty much the same way. If you're selling something on the phone, especially if you have to cold call, which cold call is calling people that don't know who you are or your business. But if you have to cold call, you're going to get a lot of no's and hang-ups. But the successful phone salespeople know that as long as they get through a certain number of no's, they're going to find somebody that's interested and is going to say yes, and they're going to get a sale. So failing as fast as you can is getting through all this and getting through the pain to get to what you want. The door-to-door salesman and the phone sales pros understand that it's not personal, and it doesn't it's not an explanation or anything on them or their ability. It's simply the cost of doing business. So they get as many no's as they can, as quickly as they can, to get to the yes. Don't let the fear of failure stop you from setting goals and taking action on the areas of where you want success in your life. There should be no fear of failure, because once again, focus on it as a learning opportunity. Learn from everything that doesn't work. Eliminate fail from your vocabulary and learn. So instead of fail as fast as you can, learn as fast as you can, and this is going to help you achieve success much faster. I want to sincerely thank you for joining me today. I know that you have plenty of options on how you spend your time, and it's an honor you're letting me help you achieve more success in your life. God bless you. Don't forget to check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve more success in specific areas of your life at Christian-success.com. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-success.com/coach. Have a blessed day.